shit, man. That's some serious shit, man.
What's up, man? What's up?
I don't know, man. I don't. I mean, it's been a like this has been like a strange week, maybe like a strange month. Strange
Yeah.
something. Strange something. I had an old farmer today tell me that this was going to be a cold winter,
Wait, aren't we getting into the summer?
a cold summer. I'm sorry. He told me this is going to be a cold summer. It's an old farmer today. I was at the gym and he told me this is going to be a cold summer, and it's been a really like cold summer up north so far already. It's already been like an unusually cold, and I said, "How do you know?" Because for some reason these old farmers like know, right? They somehow like the planets line up for these guys. I said, "How would you know that?" He said, "Well, you got to look at the animals." I said, "What do you mean the animals?" He says, if you notice the birds aren't real bright in color, they look really fluffy. You notice your pets aren't shedding." I said, I just noticed that the other day that my bulldog has not like shed his winter coat. He said, "Yeah, Mother Nature doesn't like mess up. These animals aren't shedding their winter coats yet because they know that it's going to be a relatively cold summer. So they won't shed until much later into the summer when it's going to be a consistent 70." He said, "If you notice, birds aren't even making nests right now or
Hmm.
laying eggs because they don't want their eggs to die at nighttime." And that was one of the most profound things I have heard in a really long time. I said, "Man, no wonder these guys." He said, "You got to pay attention to Mother Nature." I said, "No wonder these guys always seem to know."
Yeah, but
Like,
see, I don't think for us down here we can tell that because we get 90 degrees. It was 90 degrees today,
right,
sun, nothing but sun, and it was nice. So I mean, for us, we know. I know in the next couple of weeks, my neighbor keeps bugging 'cause he put in some new grass, some new sod recently this spring, and he's like, "Oh, it's starting to die again." I said, "Don't worry about it. We got 3 weeks. About 3 weeks, the rainy season starts. So hurricane season. So it's just a matter of that's when we're going to start getting a rain every day. The humidity is going to be high, and that grass is going to start growing really fast. So I told them don't worry about it. But for us down here, that's I can see for you guys up north, that could bring true. But I don't know. I don't see it down here.
so then let me tell you what he went on to tell me. He says, "You can tell how cold the winter's going to be based on where the yellow jackets put their nests." And I said, "Based on where they put their nests?" He says, "Yeah. So if the hornets and yellow jackets put their nests very low, like on the ground or on the lower part of buildings, then you know that it's going to be a hot winter. If they put them up really high," he said, "you know that it's going to be a cold winter because they're getting close to the ground to in the summer to stay cool, but they won't stay there for the winter because their nest is going to freeze. They move their nest up higher to where it's not going to be in the ice and the snow." I said, "Oh, you've got to be kidding with me." He said, "No, that's how you know every year. I'm going to start watching now to see if that's true." I mean, because
I don't.
the
Yeah, I
old
don't know.
farmers just seem to know, man.
Well, I mean, they've been around. They look at the world and the weather and stuff like that a lot differently than the rest of us. So, it's kind of I could understand that, but it's definitely odd. But like I said, I think it depends on where you're from around here. I mean, this seems to be kind of normal for us. So I don't know if I'd be able to predict.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I bet your farmers can though.
Possibly, some of the orange farmers and stuff like that, but we don't have as many orange groves nowadays as we once did out here in Florida, to be honest with you.
Man, I'll bet you that your old farmers can tell you like what the weather is going to be weeks in advance because it always seems crazy to me how the farmers can tell you this is going to be a wet winter or this is going to be a
Yeah.
wet summer. It just always blows my mind how those guys like and they beat the weatherman 99.9% of
Oh,
the
I believe
time.
it. I believe it.
They beat the weatherman when they're telling you what the weather is going to be. I mean, just absolutely insanity. How's Florida been? How's Disney going? How's Florida
It's
treating
going
you?
well. Like I said, I put out a video this week, and what's funny was I got to this weekend. Now, mind you, it was my weekend in between classes, so I just started my new class yesterday. Haven't done a single thing with it, but just started yesterday, and so I had the weekend, and I pushed to get my one video out about the food and wine, or no, sorry, about the flower and garden. And I had some time. I was like, I should do a Disney, 5 minutes of Disney. I'm going through the news, and I was telling my wife, I'm kind of disappointed. Um, I know I'm no journalist by any means, but I do it because I like talking about Disney and I like talking, telling people about the upcoming things they have going and stuff like that. Now they came up with some new news on Monday that I'll have actually something to talk about this upcoming week. But I don't know, I was going through a bunch of the Disney news and I was getting annoyed and disappointed because I was finding that there's so much about the whole lawsuit stuff, the DeSantis versus Disney fiasco, and everything like that. And I really am choosing not to partake in that, like a lot of other Disney news shows
It's
are,
probably the smart thing.
um, because to me, there's again the way I believe and the way I decide to. I believe that everyone has their own right to believe in the way they want to. Doesn't make a person bad or ugly, but I think even with you, I think a lot of people out there that do YouTube can say that to a certain point, we all want to skirt that line of where we want to see, where we want to be seen and we don't want to be seen in politics or anything like that. And there's certain things I think I choose to stay out of just because on the social media level and things like that. I don't think there's a way to go through this without showing that. And I also like to think that I'd like to stay as positive as possible. And I know in today's world nowadays it's very difficult, but I try to stay positive in a lot of lights. And all I kept reading was just a bunch of negative, a bunch of negative, a bunch of negative, and I didn't like it. So I was like, I'm not doing. My wife was saying that I should probably do a video just explaining that, and maybe I should, but I just decided not to do a video because I didn't find that there was enough positivity to promote, and I don't want to be like all these other news shows that just grab onto something and just kind of chokehold it. And like I said, I want to tell people about the funness and the positivity of Disney. I don't want to get into the negative side, and there is always negative sides, but I just try to stay away from it. But
Well, you know my view, man. I can respect that because this damn world we live in is just eaten up with negative stuff
mhm.
every single day, and I feel like there's a large portion of people who want to gain, I don't want to say views, but they want to gain some kind of clout by constantly talking about the negative things in life, because the negative things in life people naturally gravitate toward. But these people that gravitate toward negativity are miserable
Oh
people.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, these are miserable people who don't mind being keyboard warriors online, and that's what makes all of that so bad. And people get caught up in this negative side of life when there's so many other positives that happen every single day. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
every day there is more positive than there is negative, but as a society in a whole, we have found that negative gets a lot more views than positive. So we just push the negative and push the negative. I can't as a I mean, I as someone who has been in the darkest moments of life, I cannot live in a negative world. And if I did that with Funko, I would have to quit collecting. And I know how passionate you are about Disney. I would have to quit going to Disney if I started getting that like way
I
toward
think I
it.
lost
So
you.
For the my
Are we go?
sanity,
Are you so? Am
I
I?
can't
I
be in that
lost or
world.
what?
What? What'd you say?
Oh, there you go. I think we're good now.
What'd you
I
say?
don't know. I think we had like all of a sudden your whole screen glitched on mine for some reason.
No,
But
so for my sanity, I can't go down that road.
yeah,
I can't go down that road. I don't want to go down that road. I don't choose to go down that road. I will never be that channel. I can't do it.
and I think that's where I got because, like I said, I don't consider myself a journalist. I don't want to be a journalist, but like I said, I like talking Disney, and there's people that do Disney news that maybe want to consider themselves journalists and feel that they need to produce that type of news. I am choosing not to. I just choose not to. I choose not to promote and push that issue. So I thought the easiest thing was just not to do a video. Although it's been 2 weeks since I've done one. The other one was because of school, but um, I was willing to take that risk and say that because, like I said, to me, I want to put out good product. And if I got to sacrifice, I trust me, I'm sure I could have gotten some views putting up the negativity like some other people, but I'm choosing not to.
Well, I think that's doing the right thing, and Miss Christina says it the right way. You know, hashtag spread the love, man. There's too much of that nonsense going on as it is. I know that we have a really awesome guest. We got some
Mhm.
really cool news going on. I got some pop culture stuff that I want to talk about. We could almost like dive into a little negativity, but it was funny you brought that up because like right as I was like doing this, somebody else had posted a short. I won't say who that is till here in a second. Had posted a short about this topic that I'm about to talk about, and it kind of brings full circle to what we were just saying.
Mhm.
Let's hit that chat real quick though.
Sit to
Let's
chat,
hit
and
these guys up.
before we hit that chat and bring in our awesome guest, I do always want to remind you guys we do have the egg. The egg is back. We've added two more items that we give away in addition to the items from the past couple weeks, which is the uh, Disney 50th Skyliner,
What?
the Harley Quinn variant cover edition #1 comic book. I'm adding the Black Widow Wondrous Con 2001 1500 piece common. It is a common. I'm telling you that right now. And that's what we're adding. And what you got on your side?
Felix the cat is going in the pot today as well. Felix the cat 7500 piece. This was one of the Big Apple collectibles that they sent me all comments of. So I've got lots of comments that came from Big Apple collectibles not too long ago.
So,
Lots.
and remember, guys, we're not hiding anything. This is 100% crowdfunding. So what it is I think we usually put it's $5, no, $3 for one egg, $5 for three eggs, and $10 for six eggs. So yeah, let's have some fun. It looks like we got the luau already. But before we do that, let's get to that chat shout out real fast and bring in our guest. So first, and early on in the show, we had Chase's Kingdom from Hails to the Kingdom from Chase's Kingdom. Man, I can't speak today.
Hey, you got this. You got this.
We also have the luau, our good friend Andrew. Fantastic show. I didn't jump into chat, but I did watch the show on Sunday. Fantastic show, by the way. Miss Christina Payne's in the house. We've got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's going on, buddy? I appreciate it. Love the new like avatar logo or whatever. Nerds Unite. That's all good. I like that. Of course, we got Dead Zone Citizen in the house. And I think that's all that's commented. Now we got a super chat for $5 to the luau, which means that's 3 new eggs. And as I pick out 3 new eggs, let's bring in our guest. Of course, one of our favorite friends of the show. We've had him on once before, and we'll have him on 1,000 more times because this dude's just awesome. Fantastic line of mystery boxes coming out. Some of which, they're not high dollar like Pop King Paul, but I think they're starting to rival his, to be honest with you. So we're calling that out right now. But we've got Dead Zone Citizen in the house.
What's up, guys? What's happening? How are you?
Oh, how you doing? Pretty good.
You know, it's another day.
So we got three eggs for our good buddy Luau. See, do we have any? Man, he start on the first one. We got some echo going on.
A little bit of echo going on there.
So what do we pull for the Luau? Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy comic book.
Nice.
Or do we have something else? Empty and empty. So congratulations. And I know Luau, I think, been putting in, and I think he's been getting empties. So for him to finally get one, that's good.
Damn!
I had to do it.
Did I straight up forget the superhero landing?
You did, so I had to.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. So what's up, Dead Zone?
You know, same old, same old. Just got home from work.
Yeah, but it's because you're on the West Coast compared to us. So
It was hot. It was hot today. Very hot.
I'm
we,
gonna need you to help me out.
yeah, we do have some. I think we got some feedback from you a little bit. Dead zone, some echo.
You're coming? Is it coming from me?
Yeah, I think so.
But that's not what I needed help on. I need
Anyways,
help on your name. I remember you explaining your name to me one day.
that's good.
All right, go.
I remember you explaining your name to me one day, and for some reason I forget the explanation. Where did Dead Zone Citizen come from?
So, Dead Zone Citizens is from a band that I played in. So I played in a band called Dead Zone Citizens, and then changed it to up on YouTube to Dead Zone Citizen, just for me because there was a long time ago, I was doing website design for bands and stuff like that, and I was doing one for a battle rapper. His name's James Cypherface. Go check him out. Super cool dude. He's still out there doing his thing. But he calls the Arizona where we live. He called it the Dead Zone. And in one of his songs, he mentioned that we're all citizens of the Dead Zone. So I asked him one day if I could use that as a band name because I thought it was super cool, and he's like, "Hell yeah, go for it!" So, hey, stuck and kept. It's still going today. You know.
I knew that there was a really cool story behind it. I just couldn't remember what the story was. Your microphone is having a little bit of issues though, but I can fix it on my end because I can turn it way up. I don't necessarily know that everybody else can fix it.
Yeah, I'm all the way up.
Let's try it again.
Did that change anything?
Can you get
No,
close?
it actually went lower a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
My mic is like right at my face.
Oh well, that's actually a lot better.
That better?
Yeah.
All right, I'll put it over here.
Yeah, that's actually a lot better. And it looks better in the frame, anyways.
All right. It probably looks better if it was like right here.
It looks better in the
Yeah,
frame.
completely
I don't know about
blocked
that
it.
part, but there you go.
All right. Is that okay?
Yeah, I knew that there was a really cool story behind it. I just couldn't remember what the story was. So I had to ask. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
No, it's all good. I played in a band for a long time with the name Dead Zone Citizens, with a change of members a few times, but mainly female singer with everybody else male. But yeah, it was good. It was good. We had good times, played lots of shows, recorded some, traveled all over the place, and yeah, we had some we had some fun times. So
I don't think you understand like how much better that mic sounds now that you moved it.
all right.
That's a good sounding. What kind of mic are you using?
It's a Movo.
Movo. It's a good sounding mic.
Yeah,
All right.
very
So
good.
my wife says good looking shirt. Yeah, that is a pretty good looking shirt. Hey, let me ask y'all a question because we're gonna we're gonna stay away from that's a great shirt. That's an epic shirt to be completely honest. Do y'all collect these things? These things are called dunnies. Dunny. Am I saying that right? Dunny?
I've never. I mean, I would assume so because it's like kind of like bunny with a D.
Right.
So I would assume Dunny. But I mean, I'd never heard of it until you kind of told me about them, type thing.
All right. So these things are some kind of like weird bunny rabbit type thing. Can you do you see that, Dead Zone?
I can see that, and I would not be paying $2,500 for that thing.
Have you ever collected one of these things? So check this out. This company, the Kidar bot right there, they make some of these they make, some of these they don't make. It is more of an open sourced file that anybody can 3D print or resin print or maybe you could get it molded. I don't know. It's kind of an open source thing. This company makes it and they call it as a platform for an artist to make his art and then sell his art. So some of them you're seeing like with the Campbell soup. I'll have to get a closer look at it, but some of these are like that one is probably made. So this one is actually like sculpted by them, but then the artist is somebody else. Andy Warhol is the artist on this one, so you can understand why that's a $2,500 piece, right? It's Andy Warhol. They artists come in and they do their paintings on them, and then the artist I think decides like what the going price of it's going to be. Like this one right here is only $100. There's 300 limited pieces on this one, so not all of them have that like outrageous price tag on it. I think it just depends on like the artist and what the artist was selling them for. Like these right here are 39.98. So not all of them are this like stupid expensively high thing, right? But some of them very well are. So I found the file. I found the file for these guys.
Hmm.
And I'm going to start painting some. And I think with the new
Nice.
Star Wars film coming out, I'm going to do some kind of a Sith and some kind of a Jedi. Are the two that are going to be like hitting. It's not the movie. They're coming out with what the new series, the which one is it they're coming out with? They're coming out with a new series in August.
For Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars coming out with a new series in August. I want to say I can't
Hmm.
remember which one it is, but it's one of them that they're coming out with in August. I'm
Isn't
going to
it
do a
Ahsoka?
that's it.
Okay,
That's
that's okay.
yeah, that's the one that they're coming out with. So they're coming out with that one in August. I'm going to do the Sith, all black and then I'll put like a clear red lightsaber in his hand because they have little cool hands too. And I'll do a Jedi too because I just thought that was going to be really cool. Never seen these before, huh?
No, I've never heard of
No.
them or seen of them at all.
I mean,
No.
I've seen those, but I just never really paid attention to them for sure.
So what do you think? Are they cool?
Yeah, they look pretty cool. I mean, if artists are doing stuff on there, I'm down. I love art stuff.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
especially
I
a
mean,
lot of
especially
people.
when people can do it that better than I'm no artist, so
Right.
I mean, when people do stuff that I'm just like, all right, I'm down. You know,
Well, I thought they were really cool, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens
I'm
and
always
see.
down for letting artists be creative. I mean that's the big thing, whether it's a blank platform or something. But you got to let people be creative in their own way.
So I'm gonna give it a shot and see what I can pull off. I'm no Andy Warhol though. $2,500 for this thing. $2,500.
Crazy.
2,500. Who is paying 2,500?
For the figure.
Somebody has paid it because it's sold out. I mean,
is it
somebody.
like life size?
It's 20. Yes, it's life size. It'd have to be life size. It'd have to be life size to like constitute that, right? And I don't see how many. I
That's
was hoping that it
ridiculous.
was going to tell me like how many of these guys were made. 75. So there was 75 that they sold at $2,500 a piece.
That's
Oh
what.
my
That's
God.
hold on. Now I got to figure that one out.
That's
'Cause
a big number.
75. That's about $187,000.
$187,000. I don't know. These things are really cool. So I'm gonna like pump out some of them. I'm gonna do some kind of a Sith and then some kind of Jedi coming up for the new one coming up in August. But I just can't believe some of them sell for as much as they do. They have some other ones that are like a dunny, and then they have a mummy, and they have a few different ones that are kind of different. Like one of them just doesn't have ears. They're all really cool though. Check them out when you get some time. Check them out. I think you'll like those. Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your latest mystery box.
All right. Our latest mystery box that's going to be coming out is going to be the Ninja Cat mystery box.
Ninja Cat.
Ninja Camp.
The
You come up with
Ninja
some
Cat
cool
mystery
things.
box. Okay, so this one's been in the works for a long time, and so on my mystery boxes, I put them together. I have a bunch of them already put together. And I like to let them sit around because I don't want the fluctuation is so weird. So I like to let them sit around, kind of be able to make sure that there isn't anything in there that's kind of like an anomaly. You know, you put something in there and you don't really know it, and it dropped. Like the John Wick was in there, and I took it out because of the movie came out and it spiked it, and now it put that box at like some ridiculous amount of, compared to what you are buying it for. But it's going to go down, and I don't want somebody to get that box and be like, "Oh my gosh, I got like a $250 box," and then 2 weeks later, the pop is worth back down to $40 again or $50. So I kind of like let them simmer a little bit, and then I move stuff around, and I try to make it a good value for the person, um, the person that's getting it. I want it to be a good experience for them. So um, not just something that like is coming out of my collection.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to thin out my collection. I'm trying to put out a box that you're happy with, the person that's purchasing it, because they're spending their hard-earned money, and sometimes it's a lot of money, and you got to make it good for them on the back end of it. Um,
I
so
definitely think that's what some people that have done mystery boxes, whether they're small time or whether they're companies. I think a lot of them have kind of forgotten that they just want to throw out a box just to throw out a bunch of box and gain money from it. But I think there's definitely, I've never gotten one of his, but you got like Pop King Paul, who puts together high dollar mystery boxes. But of course he didn't start
mhm,
out that way. But I've
yeah,
never really seen a disappointing Pop King Paul box, to be honest with you. And I think that's why his name has gotten so popular out there with it.
mhm,
Whereas you got, other companies out there that have done them, or even some YouTubers who have, I'm sorry, but done them and run away with the money. But, that we've seen in the past. But, it's good to know that, because there's a lot of people out there that do the mystery box game like I used to do, and stuff like that. And it's good to know that there's still some reliability there. Some people that actually care about paying attention to what it is that they're doing.
yeah. There's well, Pop King Paul is completely kind of different from a lot of the other people that put out boxes out there. He's been in the game for a long time. If you, and I've met Pop King Paul. I bought a collection from Pop King Paul in the midst of COVID, and
Oh wow.
I drove out to Texas and picked up a collection from him. And a lot of those pops are going into boxes now because I wanted them to kind of like I said, I wanted to see where they kind of sat, where they're gonna if are they gonna go up, are they gonna kind of sit there, or are they gonna be one of those ones that kind of is like a one that will go way up in price, And on my last mystery box, I had two of the pops that were in there that were probably $20 pops when I bought it. Maybe right at the beginning of COVID when I purchased that mystery box or the collection, and those ones have held steady for a while. So I went ahead and put them in the big boy box. It's not my first one, but my first one kind of flopped. It was a Black Friday box, super good. There were so many good things in there, and people just did not know
Uh,
that. If they knew that, if they saw like the spreadsheet with the numbers, they would have been like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't buy that." But only two people bought them, and they got some good boxes. So, you know, but
I,
yeah,
I,
Ninja mystery boxes.
I definitely think the hard part with that is the pricing. We've talked about it on the show many times. The
Uh,
pricing right nowadays is so volatile and it's so up and down at the moment because of the amount of product that's being put out and stuff like that. So
yeah, there's a and like I said, there's a difference between like a Pop King Paul and like a anybody else that I don't want to name names, but there's people out there that do mystery boxes. They're retailers too, so a lot of times you'll get a lot of retail pops in your mystery box because they want to get rid of those ones, or they want to put them in there to take them off their shelves and stuff. And it's a little bit
Yeah,
harder
for
to,
collectibles.
you yeah, and I mean, some people, it's all about the numbers, all about the money, and for me, it's about the person purchasing the box. Obviously, I have to make money to keep doing the mystery boxes, and I hope people understand that. When I give them, when I tell them what I'll pay for mystery boxes, it's because I want to give the value back to the person, or back to the people that are collecting.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that money. I'm giving that money, because I don't need all of it. I need to be able to, do what I need to do to make what I need to make to keep continuing and make a profit, but also giving it back to the person that's actually purchasing the box. I mean, it's all about them. It's not about me. I'm doing this for them.
It's a
I
great way to
like
say
to
it.
do it. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I like to see people open mystery boxes. That's why I started opening mystery boxes. That's why I have a ton of mystery boxes. That's why I've done a bunch. I like it. It's fun. It's a gamble. It's one of those things. But it's I want the end user, the person that's purchasing the box, to be the one that's benefiting, and not just me,
Yeah.
or the person that's selling the box. And I want to theme it. I want to make it fun for people, and if I could do it more consistently, um, I'll try to theme them a little better, and try to be a little bit better at doing like the giveaways and tickets in it and stuff like that. So,
So
Well,
are you gonna give us any preview of what's gonna be in this ninja box?
the I probably have it somewhere up here.
I had to ask because I know that there's a lot of people over in the comments that love messing with your boxes, and I wanted to plug your boxes a little bit because here's something that a lot of people probably don't know is that when I'm deciding if I'm going to do something or not, I reach out to people who have already been successful at doing this. So before I ever decided to put a mystery box together, I reached out to you and said, "Hey, how would I make a successful mystery box? How do you do it?" And you walked me through your formula as to how you do it, and that's kind of how I did mine, to be honest. I mean, so I know that you have a great spreadsheet sitting there that's going to have some awesome stuff on it. So what's a sneak preview of what's going to be in this? Because I hear the theme is that it was, what did you call it again?
It's going to be the Ninja Cat mystery box.
Ninja Cat mystery box. So I hear the theme. What's the ninjas inside of it?
So, uh, you guys probably don't know, but as I was starting on YouTube, and I was going to different channels and lives and stuff like that, my cat would always come in and join in, and everybody would hear him and stuff. And his name was Chicken. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple weekends ago. He was super old. My favorite cat. He was my buddy and everything. And this was basically his box. We kind of waited because we knew he was kind of on the way out. We didn't want to do it during, like, when it was going to happen. So we waited until after he kind of passed, and then now we're going to put the box out. The pictures and all the stuff that I'll put out coming up, probably starting tomorrow, all the pictures are all of my cat, in a cartoon form.
That
Um,
is that is awesome. I can hear it in your voice. I mean, you really cared a lot about this cat.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chicken's. I mean, yeah, he's been through it all with us. So he's 20 years old. I
wow,
mean, almost
that's
20
a
year,
long
almost 20
time.
years old, and he's been through it from the beginning. I mean, I've been married for 22 years, and
Right.
so he's been there for all of that. So it's crazy. But yeah, he's been there through everything, and yeah, I wanted to make sure that I didn't do it while he was on his on
Right.
his way out.
Right.
So, but there's a lot of good stuff in here. We're gonna put some of those Choco Cats in there as a whoever gets one of those will get an extra prize. Um, there'll be a flocked one, a regular one. Two people will get a bigger prize based off of whoever gets that one. Top box is just over $300. It's
Ooh.
going to be 65 plus shipping or 70 plus shipping. It really depends because I like watch the numbers all the time, and sometimes I have to change stuff around, add stuff into it uh, because the fluctuation of PPG is so all over the place right now. But everything is, it's going to be 7.5 or more condition,
Nice.
and if somebody does get something in there that's not right, you know, they can always hit me up. I will make it good. Yeah, but a lot of good stuff. The Logan bobblehead's going to be the top hit in there, and I
Logan
think
bobblehead.
he's sitting at just under
Is
200 bucks
that
right now.
is that Wolverine Logan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
What were you
there's a
thinking,
there's a
man?
bobblehead, and then
I don't
there's
know.
the non bobblehead, and yeah, that one is going to be in the top box. But yeah, it's going to be a fun box. I mean, everybody, it's a win-win for everybody. I guarantee you're going to get more than PPG Valley, and I try to watch those, the PPG pricing fluctuation to make sure that I'm not putting something in there that's kind of doing this.
Yeah.
I try, at least I try to as much as I can. I mean, I don't run a PPG over there. If I
So,
did, things would be a little different.
what kind of pops stay in your collection? What are the pops that are your collection?
We can see right here, I have nothing,
Right.
not one
That's
pop. That
right.
my whole collection is behind me is missing. It's my whole all this area is going to be changed. So, but yeah, right now I only have like 7 pops, like that are actually in this room. So, Tupac, I got Freddie as Steve, I got Barbosa with Monkey, I got DMC, and I got Spider Man in the symbiote suit. So a couple heavy hitters there, but they just those are probably just ones I didn't really put away.
Did we pick this guy up?
Not in my realm. I'm sorry. Not in my wheelhouse.
Alright, so I got a question for y'all, right? Just a serious question. Serious question. LeBron James has had pops out now for I don't know, since Funko Gold. I don't know how much further than that. Since Funko Gold, since they started Funko Gold, they started putting out LeBron James pops that didn't sell. China James is what I like to call him. They didn't sell. They continuously make China James pops that don't sell, and no one has had any hype for any of them except this guy. I've seen no one hyping up a LeBron James pop until this guy. What's the catch in this one that I'm missing? What am I
Maybe I'm trying to figure out what jersey he has on. If this is a high school jersey or what.
I
I
I don't
mean,
I don't I was hoping that y'all were gonna be able to tell me what I'm missing.
because to me he went to a Catholic school just first of all in Ohio,
I don't
and I
know.
believe it was Irish something was like their mascot.
Don't
So
don't cuss the Irish that way.
oh, of course not. I mean, I got my Irish flag on my arm, but
Don't cuss.
um, MPLS Lakers. Now I gotta look this up.
So come on, Dead Zone, help me out. What am I missing?
Hey, you know what? I'm not really a sports guy too much. So I mean, unless it was older school stuff, I I don't really participate in newer in basketball or baseball or football. I'm just a casual watcher of those. Hockey, a little bit different, way more into that, but I don't know.
So I
I mean,
don't I
I
don't
know some of the LeBron James. There's so many people that they like him or they don't like him. I mean, it's like a there's not like an in between. I think for him.
So I don't watch basketball at all. I've never been a big basketball fan. I think like the last like time I really like paid attention to basketball is when the Bulls had Dennis Rodman and Michael Jordan. I think it's the last time I really paid much attention. So that tells you how long ago it's been. And even then, I have an argument where a lot of people like say that Michael Jordan was great. Michael Jordan was great, but he had a great team. I mean, there's a lot of people that missed that LeBron James was the rebound king. I mean, of all time. I mean, so there's a lot of like things people miss in that equation. I don't pay so much attention to basketball, and I wouldn't know anything about LeBron James if it wasn't for he put himself in the I don't how do I say this without being like he put
Not
himself in the spotlight on every topic that he should have stayed out of. I have this like crazy belief that just because you're famous or on YouTube or wherever it is that you're at, your opinion doesn't matter more than the next person's just because you're on a different platform than they are. Right? That doesn't make your opinion more valuable to me. And for some reason like he kept putting his like opinion out there and I wasn't a super fan of his opinion. And so at some point and I don't know if you remember he like made this whole trip to China. He made a whole trip to China and so I started calling him China James. I know that it's wrong, but that's I started doing it anyways. But I've been watching his pops because I am a Funko Pop collector, and to be completely honest, I flip a pop every once in a while. I mean, it happens. Every once in a while, I find two of something and I sell one of them. Um, this is just I had been watching his stuff, and he did one of them. He does have a gold one out there right now that's been selling for a lot, but that was because Funko only made like 100 of them. They gave it away at some dinner he was at, and you had to be friends or family with him in order to get one because it was only privy to the people that were at the dinner. So that one's been selling for a god awful amount of money. But then they Upper Deck put this one out. I want to say not even a week ago. This one hasn't even been out a week ago. They put this guy out, and for some reason, all of a sudden, people went to talking about LeBron James again, and I was just confused.
well.
Is
Luau is right. This so I was looking up on here. It is a old school Lakers jersey, and what MPLS means is Minneapolis Lakers, because of course
That's where
Lakers
they
originally
started.
came from Minneapolis, and then moved to Los Angeles at some point. I don't know the date, whatever. But yeah, this is basically a retro jersey, and yeah, I could guess maybe people like the retro stuff. I guess I
I
don't know.
I don't know, Mr. Mark. I can respect that. To each their own, as my wife calls it.
Hey,
Don't yuck somebody's yum. I
yeah.
won't yuck anyone's yum. To
And
each, to each
not everyone likes Disney stuff, and I like to collect Disney stuff. Not everyone likes Deadpool stuff, and you collect Deadpool stuff.
I
So
have stupid amounts
it,
of Deadpool stuff.
it's all up to what you like collecting, and just continue doing it. If you like doing it and you like it in your collection, then do it. Don't let anyone tell you anything different.
Dead Zone, how long have you been in this game?
Huh. Well, so I started watching a lot of people on YouTube, but never commented. I didn't do a whole lot of. I just was in the background. It was something that just kind of relaxed me. I came home. I work construction, so I work physically hard. And in Arizona, it gets super hot. And
I lived in
sometimes
Vegas
I
at
come
one point. I know
home
it's like
and I just want to just kick it. I just want to sit at my desk. And so I started watching people do box openings and then lives. I was kind of in the background for for maybe a year or so, and then I saw a couple people really kind of put themselves out there, and I'm like, hey, I'll kind of jump in and see if I can do a few things, and it was fun. So yeah, 2019, maybe watching before that, but really like actually putting myself um, on there on a live or whatever in 19.
okay.
So
It's about the
yeah,
same time as us, really.
Yeah, I was about to say, was I before or after you? Do you know?
Before or after what?
Dead Zone, was I before or after you? Were you making videos before me or after me?
Oh,
Because
I've been
I
making video. I mean, I haven't been making like Funko Pop videos, but I mean, I have a YouTube channel, and it's when it first started. So, and I still have it.
you still have the YouTube video when it first started?
Yeah, from maybe when it was just purchased by Google.
Oh,
Oh, that's early on.
I already had a channel, so I think
early on.
I'd have to look it up, but it's super old, and I have some band videos on there, just
Marker,
stuff that I did, some of my own bands, some of the stuff that I filmed for other bands and stuff. So
I'm definitely. I'm gonna have to check your band out here at some point. Marker, are you asking what was his first video or what was his first Funko Pop? What was your first Funko Pop? Mine was Crackshot from Fortnite was my first one. What was your first one?
so my first Funko Pop was Spider Man.
Oh, which one?
I'd have I'd have to. I'm looking it up right now
What do you mean looking it up?
because I bought it on Amazon for my son.
It's still on Amazon. I
Well,
like
I
that.
still have, yeah, I
On your
still have
orders, yeah.
the. You can
Right,
still look under the orders.
right.
As being a sports fan, real quick, I got to comment back on this from James from Alamo City. Of course, he at least realizes that LeBron, of course, he's a good player. He's no Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, he's no Kobe.
Oh
But
yeah, no.
and that takes a lot. I'm a diehard Boston Celtics fan, so for me to say that about Kobe, it takes a lot.
Right,
So
yeah, no.
It was Peter Parker number 404.
Oh
Peter
wow.
Parker number 404. I'm gonna look that up now. What is Peter Parker 404? Chris, what is Peter Parker 404? I have to know now. So is your son into Funko Pops as well? Are you the only collector in the house? Clearly you're not.
No, my wife does. She's now collecting, which is good sometimes.
Which is good sometimes.
Well, because she's into Stranger Things and so am I. And then when I get something good, she wants that, and I'm like, no, I'm going to put it in my office. And she's like, no, I'm going to put it in my office.
Is that the one from Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
The first one. Okay. Yeah.
And the reason why I got that one was because I was building a custom computer for my son, and I was going to put it inside the case.
Oh. So that would have been pretty cool to. But I've heard of people putting pops on top of cakes as cake toppers, and I've actually heard of companies that were taking them out of the box and then reselling them as cake toppers. That was a pretty cool idea to put it inside the computer. That was a pretty slick idea.
That was his first one, and then his second one that I built for him is Bruce Lee themed. So he's got a Bruce Lee in his current computer.
Quick draw. Thanks for that info. I didn't actually even know that.
What did you throw up there?
He said back in the day you could really only get pops on Amazon.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either. So I didn't start collecting until like 2019.
Yeah.
The weather is getting better, Mark, and the Camaro it got pulled out the other day to get washed and all of that good stuff. But then I decided to go joyriding and forgot to wash it. So it's almost there. It's almost ready to go.
Yeah,
Almost.
Wayne had to do his summertime photo shoot for Instagram on his Camaro.
I haven't done my summertime photo shoot for Instagram yet. I haven't done that. That's something that I've never really done. I need to do that now that you say that. I'm gonna do like a whole I'm gonna do like the whole female model pose. I'm gonna get me some
come
Daisy
on.
Dukes. I'm gonna get me some Daisy Dukes and like a cutoff or something. I'm sure my daughters have some real stuff that I would never approve of anyone wearing outside of my home, but I'm sure they have it here somewhere.
Get them cut off Daisy Dukes going, and get that Camaro.
I'm gonna do it. Now that you
pose
say that,
going.
I'm gonna do it 100%. I'm gonna do it. I got my son a shirt for I can't say it out loud. I can't say it out loud. I can't say it out loud. I'll tell you when the show is over. The shirt I got him for his birthday. Do you collect anything other than Funko Pops? Anything other than Funko Pops getting collected at your house?
So we collect the Sync toys.
The what?
Sync toys.
What are
Never
those?
heard of that one.
So
Sounds cool
yeah,
though.
take a look. They're pretty cool. My wife started. She started liking some of them, and then we got a few of them. And then we just kept they're kind of expensive, so we don't have too many of them. But they can be anywhere from you know $50 all the way up to those other ones that are like two or three thousand
Right, so
dollars.
they're like a Bear Bricks or something like that? I mean, like a designer plastic?
Yeah, it's definitely that style of the other one, but they have a couple different kind of themes, but it's a Chinese artist, and
What
the
is
old school helmets that they have for divers with the big pieces that open up and with the
I have seen these things.
those are the
Yes.
sync toys.
I'm
They're really
wondering what
cool.
they look like in real life. So they're nothing like what I was saying. So the designer plastics would be like a Super Plastics or a Bear Blocks or one of those. I can't even think of some of them. There's so many of them now that you have out there. There's one of them that I really like, and I can't for some reason the name of it like skipped my mind. Um, so that's not at all like the designer plastics. I've seen these, and I've never seen one in person. God, I almost wish you had one close to you that you could show me. You don't, do you? I know exactly what you're talking about. How big are they? Are they super
Well,
big?
they have them in minis all the way up to, like 18-inch tall ones that are, yeah, they're crazy.
Are they making them out of plastic or is it like a resin or do you know?
I think it's resin.
Oh, well, that would make sense how they're getting all that detail into it. So then they're hand painted as well.
I believe so.
That's really cool.
And
That's
some of
really
them are
because
just translucent and they don't have
yeah,
anything
the
on them. Some of
yeah,
them are
they're
like
resin. Chomps
I
is another good one.
chomps. Yeah, I have some chomps. I can
So
grab one if you want to see a sync toy. I can grab one.
So check this out before you grab that one. So I was just kind of browsing today because that's what I do like when we're going live. I kind of gave up on doing 100% Funko news. Me and Chris a few months back decided that we were more of a pop culture than we were Funko and just talking about Funkos all the time, to be honest, it gets kind of boring and then you can kind of get negative and deep with it and we decided we weren't doing that. But I came across these things that I've never seen before that look really cool. Check this out. Have you ever seen these rubber duckies?
There's been, I know, a lot of rubber ducky
What?
like variant for a long time.
What is this thing?
Never thought of them to be a collectible. I mean, I go to our resident, community rubber ducky man, Fox Crown, but
Yeah, Foxy's got a lot of rubber duckies.
Who
yeah,
doesn't need a gas masked plague warrior rubber duck? Are you kidding with me?
does that thing have a
You,
little
you
barcode
see
tattoo?
this thing? Say what?
I think it has a barcode tattoo.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know what
he's
I've
a
been doing with
badass.
my life.
I have a customer that is collects rubber duckies, and she's got like I've been to her office, and
Wait, hold
she
hold
got a
on, stop
hundred
on
of
that.
them over there at her office, just all over the place. I was
Oh.
like, oh my
That
gosh,
would have been
crazy.
so much cooler if that was like a Doogie Howser rubber ducky.
So that's
Yeah,
So
it's
for
a
Metal Gear
it's a
Solid.
Dr. Hall. Yeah, it's from some Metal Gear. Check this thing out. Stay Puff Rubber Ducky.
Can't I mean that just makes you smile.
What is going on with this company?
they need,
Yeah, what is going on? Everybody's getting so creative. Everybody is getting so creative. And
Maybe the arts is trying to make a comeback here. I like it. I love it, and I push for it because I think it's great.
so this is Fox should like give away did you see the Power Ranger rubber duckies?
They're missing a couple. Damn it!
Wrong. What
where's
is
the
this?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
yeah.
Dragons.
I love the hair on that one, by the way.
I think that's all of them they got in that lineup. But I had to bring those up because I was into the pop news and I found these things and thought, what did I just find? What Fox should do a rubber duck race that gives away a real rubber duck. I mean, so he should grab one of these guys and do a rubber duck race to give away a real rubber duck. I'm 100% convinced that that's what he should do.
Yeah, yeah. He probably already has a dozen of those.
He probably already has a dozen of them. You think so?
He's already seen all these. He's like, oh, seen it, been there, done
Seen
that.
it. I've already got them.
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely into his ducks. So
But he's definitely cornered the market because nobody else is doing anything like it. So, I mean, it's if you really think about it, it's pretty genius, if
Hey,
anything.
so you kind of have to give him credit, like you said. It's kind of genius what he's doing. He not all of them are his. Some of them he takes just on commission to do the duck race. It's a really smart idea. The only thing that I can say that I wish his duck race was like real. Like I don't like the idea that it's a simulated version of it. I think that he should set up some kind of a real like duck race. I don't know what that would look like, but I think that he should. You know, where maybe it has a waterfall or something coming through his house. So he has like 10 of them set up, and then you just pull the gate and let them go. I don't know, but
you,
I think that he should do a real one.
you think that he hasn't thought about that?
I think that
Oh
he should
yeah,
do a real one. I know that he thought about it because we had him on the show. I was like, hey, if you'll put a real one together going down a river this year, I will come help you do this. Just to do it. I will
Yeah.
come help you do it because I think that what he has going on is really cool. I mean, just like you and the mystery boxes is what you have going on is really cool. Any future mystery boxes coming up that nobody knows about?
We
first
are going to do
announcement
a
in
Black
Texas.
Friday mystery box again. We're going to try that again, and that'll be uh, a Grail box. But we're going to try to do two. One more reasonable price, but we're going to try to do a low run, high value, at least 500 or more. So
That's pretty awesome. Definitely get on this. And you know what I like about what you're doing compared to also to get on with this is there are a lot of people just focus on Instagram or promoting on that. I mean, you went out and built your own website. You have you can purchase right off the website and everything. So I think that is super awesome, and that's something that a lot of people are doing, and you're active with it. So I know some people like Clint, from franchise kicks did a website for a little bit and then kind of just stopped. But I applaud you for that.
well, some people's motivations are a little bit different. I did the website because I wanted to make sure it was legit. People didn't get ripped off, and didn't think that because they can't get ripped off. Even if you do PayPal, it's automatically goods and services on through the website. You have the opportunity to get your money back if you don't get anything. I mean, so it's not. Some of the people on Instagram are just a little bit different. I mean, I run it as a business. I have it as I have Dead Zone Collectibles as is an LLC. It's registered. It pays taxes. Every year I have my CPA do taxes on it, and I do all the legit stuff that needs to be done. And I'm not, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to hide anything. If I have to pay taxes, I'll pay my taxes, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as I can continue to do my business. And some other people, it it's it's fishy sometimes. You're. I mean, I've purchased a ton of boxes from a lot of different places, and some of them have been good. Some of them have been those people that are just looking to make a buck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm. My regular business my day to day job. I've been doing for 13 years. I've been on my own for 15 years. I've been in construction for 26 years, and 13 of those years have been on my own. So I mean, and I don't advertise.
Yeah.
People, it's all word of mouth and referral base for me, and that's what I'm kind of looking at it as a Funko mystery box thing too. I'm always looking to try to do the do. I always want to try to do something a little bit better than what other people are doing, and hopefully make a better experience for people.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, nobody give Fox this idea
I
because
already did.
as crazy as he
I already
is,
did.
he
already did.
will do this.
I already gave him that idea. As a matter of fact, I told him I would get a leaf blower, one of those cordless ones you could buy now, and I would set it up on one end to make them move faster.
That man would be sitting in that kiddie pool with a Speedo on just because.
100% he would, and everyone would watch it. 100%. 100% I would tune in to laugh with. Fox.
Yeah, that's and any. I mean, you could put out the wackiest thing out there, and I'm sure that Fox has already thought about that.
That man is crazy, but we love it.
I seen this comment, and I was gonna pass this one off to Dead Zone because I didn't know anything about a Rugrats drop that's coming up, or came out, or did drop, or is gonna drop, or Funko has been so close lately on announcing anything that they haven't even announced what's coming out at the San Diego Con, which is really not that far out.
Yeah, really, the last drops announcements we got was the Star Wars 25th.
Even then, they don't really announce them anymore. It's just kind
Yeah.
of they tuck them in somewhere and just expect you to find it.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's hard to deal with when you're not plugged in all the time.
Yeah.
It's like you just like, oh man, I'll come home and I'll turn on my computer. I'll be like, holy shit. Sorry.
Well, see, that's
all good.
the thing.
All good.
I'll be like, oh my gosh, I just totally missed something today, and it's not coming from Funko, it's coming from somebody else.
Right, and that's kind of the problem I've seen coming from Funko a lot lately is that Funko is they've decided that they don't even need to promote their stuff. That they've given up on even promoting it, and they just kind of throw it out there and wait on other people to promote it. It's the strangest. They have one of the strangest like company marketing strategies that I've ever seen in my entire life. And as a marketing like major, I want to like shake their Instagram sometimes and be like, what are y'all doing? I mean, what is going on? Did we like give up? I mean,
like there's like, I mean, Apple is the same way. They let everybody else do their advertising pretty much. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of it. I mean, if a new product comes out, you can go on YouTube and there's 1,000 videos on the product.
Right, but this is where you have to give Apple credit. Apple lets other people to actually promote their product, but Apple has, what is it, Jobs come out and he tells you that the latest and greatest Apple gadget is coming out. Whatever his name is, it does it. Whoever comes out and does it.
Tim Cook.
Yes, this is the latest.
Whoever, right?
Whoever, right? Whatever their name is. Whatever, it's irrelevant what their name is. They come out, right? So they announce it, and then they normally follow that with some kind of really cool video. Like one time they did the snowball fight. I know everybody's seen that. That was 100% an Apple made video where they did the whole to show you how bad their camera, how the slow-mo worked on it, how crisp it was. So that was a 100% Apple done video. They did one of them that was 100% vertical video that they hired some kid to take in and challenge, and it wasn't a kid, it was a famous producer, to challenge his mindset and to do 100% vertical. If you haven't seen that, I 100% recommend that you look up the Apple vertical video because it's going to blow your mind.
Well, they've got people to do full like short movies using nothing but the iPhone.
So even smaller companies are doing the similar type thing. I mean, I don't know if you knew Insta360, but they do the same thing.
I love them. I have one. I love Insta360. So Apple does do a little bit of marketing. They just kind of sneak it in there, right? They sneak it in there and then they let everybody else run with it. Funko isn't like really sneaking it in there anymore. They just throw it up on their coming soon, and they just it just you either find it on their coming soon. Like Hot Topic, I feel like keeps getting pops that I didn't even know they were getting. I have to watch my local Hot Topic, and they're like, "Oh, this pop's coming in tomorrow," and I'm like, "What? Where did this pop come from?"
Yeah, well, and I think you told me about it. And I did it for my local stores. Is my local Hot Topic, in the mall and stuff. I went
Always.
to I did their Instagram site, and I'll go through there. I'm like, oh wait, when the hell was this announced? When was this coming out? So I mean, I don't know. I think again, I think it goes back to they should be using what's in front of them. I understand they're putting money into Top Pops right now. Of course, we all know Top Pops is basically one of their spokesmen at the point. But why not use your Funko community audience to best, your information? So again, I don't think they're using what is basically available to them easily, unlike other companies like Disney, like Apple, companies like that are taking advantage of that. They're letting YouTubers in a lot of range bring out the news before it actually really comes out.
So this is a page that I found kind of on accident. It's called investor.funko.com. It gives you basically all of Funko's financial information, all of like their quarterly phone calls, all of that good stuff that you hear people like just breaking out the negative sides of. And this is kind of the site that everybody is getting that from. I didn't even know the site existed till 24 hours ago. But I'm not bringing the site up to like try and say anything that bad about Funko. Funko has a 70-day minimum out from concept to design. So by
faster than I thought.
So that is pretty quick. So from the point that they concepted, they came up with this Snoop Dogg. Takes them 70 days to get this Snoop Dogg from the drawing to the physical form and selling. 70 days is fast, but here's my question. So when you have a 70-day out, why aren't they then taking and sending promos to Top Pops? Why aren't they sending promo videos to whomever, throwing them on Instagram and just kind of letting you know that this pop is coming before it just falls in your lap? I don't really understand it, but this is really cool because it says they've had 750 million like things sold since 2021 is what I think that says, or 2022. It was one of those. This page is a little old, so it needs to be updated. 2021. So 750 million Pops products sold. I think that was a pretty cool number. But I wanted to bring that up. If you want to get any of this information, it's investor.funko.com. Go check it out when you have a minute. Try and stay away from the negative side of it, because if you want to find something negative, you always will. I mean, it's just the way life goes. But there's some cool information on there about Funko that I did not know. Did you know that page existed?
No,
I didn't know either.
It does exist.
But you want to know something that I do like?
What's that?
I just wanted to bring up something that I like about both of you guys, because I like the fact that you guys always are pushing it, trying to make things better. So keep it up.
Oh, I appreciate you, brother.
And the shoe drop, dude, keep doing that. Super cool.
The what drop?
The which one?
You drop the shoes.
Oh, you like that?
I love it. Love it.
So did you by chance catch? I dropped a pair of shoes that were on my feet that a lot of people didn't catch were actually on my feet, and I was kind of shocked. So I collect shoes as well as Funko Pops. I have more collections in my house than anyone in my house.
I don't know though. I think Andrew has more though.
No. Andrew has me beat on shoes 1,000%. He has me beat. He has a garage full of boxes. 1,000%.
Lou likes his shoes.
Yes. So, but I collect more things in my house than no one else in my house even collects anything, which is kind of funny. But I dropped a really expensive pair of shoes on my feet, and I thought that everyone was going to catch that. I thought there's no way that is slipping by everybody's eye. One person in the comments caught it, and I stayed quiet about it. I was like, I'm just gonna let it ride right there. They didn't, by the way, they didn't make it. There was no shoes harmed in the making of that video. They never made it out of my garage. It looks like they did, but they didn't. They never made it out of the garage. It was a lot
Yeah,
of
I
fun. I
didn't.
appreciate that.
I didn't pick up on that because I don't like. I'm not a collector of shoes or anything, but I am a admirer of people that make good video
Oh, I appreciate you,
and
man.
do different things.
Right.
Actively are
I try
thinking
to.
about the person on the other end.
Right.
And I love Disney. It's not something that I collect, but I've been to Disneyland. I mean, probably 50 times.
Fantastic, guys.
Ever since I was a kid, and when I went to YMCA, we would go to Disneyland every single YMCA.
What?
Yeah,
And then my parents. I mean, I wasn't very far from YMCA or from Disneyland. I mean, it's where I grew up. It was maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours
yeah.
away. So we went there a ton, and I got some video that I got to send you of the last time we were in at Disneyland because
Oh, nice.
you would appreciate it because I got lots of video when we were there because we got some super cool rooms
I mean,
and
I know when it comes to the Disney videos, and I try to think about different things and stuff like that. And Wayne's definitely more creative on a lot of his different things, and I try to think of some different stuff. But something like the flower and garden. I go there, personally for the food, the different food booths. But there's so much to see, and I think in that last video I tried to, I mean, I'm not going to sit in front of a topiary and sit there and talk about it, but I want to be able to show the beauty that Disney puts into these different items, and I think especially the flower and garden is probably one of the most visually impactful festivals that they have. And I do recommend anybody that ever you want to visit Disney, do it during flower and garden. It's not as crazy as a food and wine, but it get great food booths, great visuals. Epcot's probably one of my favorite parks out here at Disney. Love Disneyland. Been there a couple times, and I haven't been there since they've done the new changes. I've been there for probably 6 or 7 years, but love Disney. It just always been a fan, and hopefully I keep coming up with with Wayne's help, coming up with new ideas for different things. But I will tell you, actually, going back to the shoe thing, and I'll give you this for your Disney tip of pro tip is if you guys are planning, summertime's coming up. People are coming on vacation, stuff like that. If you do decide to make, especially Walt Disney World, one of your vacation destinations, one of your number one key things you want to make sure to think about when you're packing for a Walt Disney World trip, and that is your shoes. On average, most people that come to the parks during a day, whether you do one park or multiple parks, will walk an average of 7 to 8 miles a day. So be prepared with your shoes. I am not always very conscious of this. I've gone there in flip flops and regretted it. Bring good, comfortable shoes to walk around because you will be walking and standing all day. So keep that in mind. So that's your Disney pro tip of the day.
yeah, when we went there last was 2019 October of 2019, and just before the whole COVID thing, and we tracked our steps there. We were there for I think 4 days, 5 days maybe, and yeah, we walked some ridiculous amount, like 30 miles or something like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
was crazy, but I mean, yeah, Disney is fun. I dig the videos. You give some good information for sure, and I follow some other Disney people that do Disneyland only just because that's
Yeah.
where that's what I know. And yeah, your stuff is good,
Appreciate it.
on par,
Appreciate it.
on par. So it's yeah. I there I watch YouTube videos for the people that are pushing it and doing things to be to be better at stuff. I mean, that's why the people that I watch all consistently. I mean, I want to see them, um, you know, better, get better and better at what they do. So it's super cool. And yeah, you guys have definitely been upping your game all the time. So
Oh,
that's
100%
super
appreciate it.
awesome.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
you, man.
Super awesome.
Appreciate you. Hey, let me ask you a question, Chris. Did
Mhm.
did you did you take your lightsaber and go hang out with everybody else with their lightsaber?
First of all, I don't have a lightsaber. I haven't coughed up the $300 or 250 or whatever it is now to build a lightsaber. Second of all, that meetup, they actually do those lightsaber meetups at least I think once a month. To be honest with you, of course, the May the 4th one being the largest of them all. It's a cool photo op, and that's really all they do because fighting is not allowed. I think we talked. I think I've showed up some rules of the groups that put this on. No lightsaber battles or anything like that. It's more of a photo
Garbage.
op, but it definitely,
Garbage.
I've seen it. It does look cool, especially with all the different color lightsabers up there. Whether you make one or a lot of times people, because they do sell in the stores. It's usually like I think $150 or something like that, depending on who you're trying to get. But they do have the different characters lightsabers that you can purchase in the stores. There's one that I almost did buy one time, but I held myself back, and that was actually Mace Windu's. Because I always thought the Samuel L. Jackson purple was just awesome.
So I can't get the 8-year-old boy inside of me can't get over the 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 another bunch of guys asking me to come play with my lightsaber with them. It's just the 8-year-old boy can't get past that side of it. And
It,
no one I seen the photos and I thought, man, those are cool. And I seen the videos and I
they
thought,
get into it
oh,
too. They
that's
they
a
they
cool
they dress
video.
the
Yes.
outfit. They do get straight up into it. And again, it's probably more to Zach Bonifer's image that he has on his avatar. It's definitely Nerdy Night for sure. But yeah, I could definitely see if a person like JKL lived out here, I could definitely see that man doing those meetups quite often. And I know that the Luau has made a lightsaber at Galaxy's Edge as well.
If I ever go
So
there, I'm making a lightsaber. That's the
And a
only reason.
droid.
And a droid.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
drinking the purple and I'm drinking the blue milk. I can't remember which one.
I've had both the blue and the green milk. I would say the green is better, to be honest with you, but I think it's better with a little bit of alcohol in it.
Have to have alcohol in it. I'm not drinking it without alcohol.
It's
What
not
would be
very
the
good with
point?
it. I mean, it's again. I think I've done a video on doing it at least one of them. It's weird. It's not something I'm gonna go after. They have some colored flavored popcorn that they sell at Galaxy's Edge that my kids have to get every time they go. And it's a lot of fun. They really like it. It's a bunch of different, I think one's a red and one's kind of like a bluish yellow. They love it. That's one of the things they always have to get. But they don't know Star Wars as much as I've tried to, bring it to them. So I'm still trying to find Din Djarin. Haven't found him yet, but we will, and in time. But we're going to Magic Kingdom this weekend, so it should be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see Happily Ever After, since it's the first time I'm seeing it since it's returned, and I'm debating on putting up a thumbnail and actually live streaming Happily Ever After. I haven't decided quite yet,
I think I would live stream it. I vote for a live stream.
so we'll see. We'll see.
I vote for a live stream. Desmond, what you got going on next week? Anything at all?
I wish.
What do you mean you wish?
I wish I had time. I'm so booked up right now with jobs and just I haven't been able to do anything. Um, Only just thinking about cleaning up and changing. But coming soon, I will be moving pretty much everything over from citizens to collectibles, and I'll probably be doing most of any videos on that channel.
I've got just a wild idea out here, especially with Wayne's doing his thing with his whole toy stuff. I think there needs to be a Dead Zone Collectibles exclusive item on the website. I'm just spitballing and throwing this out there. We just got to come up with a Dead Zone Collectible sticker to put on that somewhere. That'd be
I
cool.
gotta. I mean, I appreciate the creative input. Believe me, I have a lot of ideas all the time. They just, sometimes they don't always come to fruition. But we are gonna be coming up in September doing the Tucson Comic Con again this year.
Nice.
We got a lot of stuff kind of in the works for that. Some new T-shirt designs and possibly a um, a figure. So
Oh,
if we can if we can work it out.
What kind of figure are you launching?
And hats too. I'm working on hats too.
Now you're talking to me. What kind of
there
figure?
we go.
Figures and the little Wayne. I like the little Wayne. I just don't like the name.
Oh no, I love the name. I love the name. I love the name. The name was there.
I
For
know
a reason.
you like. I know you like the name. I'm just letting you know that I'm not really a fan of the name, but I do like the figure. I do like the figures. Anybody that's going to do something different, do something, I'm into it.
Oh, here we go. Of course, we get a comment from Quick Draw.
What kind of figure are you about to make?
Said the Dead Zone exclusive little prick cactus figure.
Quit playing. I can make a cactus.
Yeah. Kind of like the little Wayne figure, but
Yeah, the little
Playing. I'll make a little. We'll call it the little prick cactus.
the little prick.
That's right.
maybe I'll call it the little Dan.
Oh, so seriously, before we get out of here, tell me what figure you're about to do. Come on, drop me some hints here. Is it a figure made of you? Is it a figure?
No,
Just a figure.
No,
Well, you can tell me after the show. After the show, if you don't want to.
I can give you some info after, yeah, for sure.
After the show. After the show, we'll talk about it a little more. Chris, what you got going on next week?
Again, try to do another 5 minutes at Disney. They actually produced some new rules that they're planning to roll back a little bit out here at Disneyland for 2024. So it's kind of big news for fans and stuff coming out to Disneyland. So if you didn't already hear on it, you'll hear it on 5 minutes at Disney this week. Magic Kingdom. We're going to be at Magic Kingdom this weekend. We're also going to be stopping at nice. We're also going to be taking my wife out to the Grand Floridian Cafe for Mother's Day. So I'll probably actually film a food review out there for that one as well. It's one of my favorite places. But just kind of trying to get more back into the vlogging style again. Really liking it. Anxiety is not as high anymore. For some reason, I'm just not caring about if people see me walk around talking to a camera. But getting into there and getting and just having fun doing it. So, I know not everyone can come out to Disney World, and not everyone lives 25 minutes away like I do. But if I can try to bring a little bit of that to y'all and give you some tips and tricks for whenever you do, then I'm okay with that.
Well, that is awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. I almost forgot that Mother's Day is coming up. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Yes, Mother's Day. Make sure you already have the items ordered.
Coming up real soon.
So, because I know Mrs. Wayne is gonna hurt you if you don't come up with something good.
Well, Dead Zone, don't go anywhere. Hey guys, we truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us, and we will catch y'all next week. Have a good one.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Let me tell you what's funny. is that I'm sitting here looking and I can't even like remember which one I'm supposed to click to get out of here. I got this though.
You got the closing. I
We
got the
interrupt
opening.
this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. TechBot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.